Hey, what's up guys? TZGC here, and today I decided to do a autograph collection video on my Funko Pops. I have a lot, so I wanted to make a video just going down all the different autographs that I have and tell a little bit of stories. I might do a collection video of like all of my Pops in probably the next video or in my TikTok, depends which one. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first up is our first ever autograph. This was signed by Sean Schimmel. This is on my Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku Hot Topic exclusive. I specifically bought this version of Goku because I saw it and I was like, oh, like this one would be a really cool one to get signed. So I ended up buying it, and when the opportunity came, I had to get it signed. And this was my first ever signing event, and definitely was in it for a ride, that's for sure. All right, let's do next one. All right, next one is this Ichigo signed by Johnny Young Bosch on my Chase AAA anime exclusive. I wanted to get the mask version for sure, only because it's just my favorite like Ichigo like of all, besides Hollow Ichigo, but I don't have the money for that Hollow Ichigo, so I stuck with this one. This one's just as cool, so I'm really glad that I chose the orange color, only just because it pops. I was thinking about getting a quote, but I think I was in a rush at that time and I couldn't, so I just decided just to get the regular quote, and honestly, I'm okay with it. So this is really cool, and this is not the only thing that I got signed by Johnny. I got this signed as well. Oh. So I got this Vash Stampede, the Stampede from Trigon. This actually I got signed at a different event, not the event that I got the Ichigo from, and I had him write the the first episode, the 60 billion double dollar man, and he signed it in yellow and did his signature in red, and then Vash, which honestly I wanted it that way, and I think it's way cooler. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get the Chase version, so I spent a little extra for the Chase, but honestly I'm glad. I love the glasses, so definitely really a cool one. All right, let's go for the next one. All right, including the Chase, I got this Inosuke from Demon Slayer Chase signed. It's the flock Chase, so I believe, yeah, his I think the brown part above his torso is flocked, and it's honestly one of my favorite chases as well. I got it signed by Bryce Paperbrook. Definitely one of my favorite voice actors of all time. He's just the voice of so many characters and so many of my favorite characters, so I love meeting him. He's definitely a super awesome dude, and he loves talking about his characters too, so it's just definitely a really cool experience to meet him. But this is not the only thing I got signed from Bryce. Let me show you. I got this signed as well. This is Aaron Titanform from Attack on Titan, and I had him write "Damn you, you traitors," and he even drew the little lightning bolts, which I am super grateful for, because it just makes the pop more unique. And I remember actually I asked him if he could do it in orange, but his orange marker wasn't working that day, so he suggested the red, and honestly I am so glad that he did the red, because it just looks way cooler than if I were to do it in orange. So it was fate at that point. But I had to put this one in this protective glass, only because this is definitely one of my favorite pops, and I have to put it in, I have to take care of the pop, you know. So definitely one of my coolest pops. And let me show you the other one I got this Kirito signed as well by Bryce Papenbrook as well. This was at a different event, and I had him say Starburst Dream, because he screams that in the show, and definitely one of my favorite like autographs for sure. And he even did these stars as well, because I told him from the last time that I met him that he did the Thunders bolts on my errand, and I really liked it. And he's like, oh, would you like me to do the stars? And I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. And he actually did the stars, so it was really cool to have that experience with him. And definitely, you know, one of my favorite quotes as well from the show. But here's the thing, you can't have Kirito without Asuna. So I got an Asuna. And this one says Lightning Flash, signed by Jeremy Lee. Definitely one of my favorite quotes as well from the show. I also really love this pop. But I definitely had to get Asuna if I was going to get Kirito. So definitely really cool. And I love the fact that both of the signatures are white, and then their quotes are in blue and then red. So definitely you can't have one without the other. So let's go. Move on to Jujutsu Kaisen. So I got this one signed by Adam MacArthur, the voice of Yuji Itadori. He even put Black Fash and even added this cool little design. He adds, I think when I met him, he adds it if you get the specific quote. So I really love the fact that he added this. He's also the voice actor of Marco Diaz from Star vs. the Force of Evil, and I actually got to talk to him about that, and it was really cool. So definitely a really cool pop. And I know that it's to the common, but honestly I like the common better than the other exclusives that they came out. But I might get the triple anime exclusive, Glow in the Dark, so definitely might pick that one up. But definitely one of my favorite pops for sure. Now but I have this other pop too from Jujutsu Kaisen. Now let me show you. Woo! Ouch. So I got the Sukuna Glow in the Dark Walmart exclusive. One of my favorite glows of all time. One of my favorite characters, even though I know what happens in the manga and all that. But definitely one of my favorite quotes as well. I had him put, "Don't forget your place, foolish puppet," because that's what he says when he's on the shrine. And I had him sign it on the side, only because I really wanted to show like the pop, even though I know that the quote covers it a little bit. I feel like if he added the signature here, it would have covered the whole thing. So I just kind of wanted a little bit, but definitely one of my favorites. Favorite glow for sure. And yeah, so let's move on to the next one. Now, this is Ben 10. Now, you might not see the quote on here or the signature because it's on the side. The reason I got this one on the side is only because he is Yuri Lowenthal is the voice actor of Ben 10 from Alien Force, and I'm hoping to meet Swampfire soon, only so I could get a dual signature. But I definitely wanted to get this one from Ben, only because this is one of my favorite cartoons growing up, and this one means a lot to me, only because Swampfire is my favorite alien from Ben 10, and this is definitely one that is a personal grail for me. And yeah, I just love the fact that he even added the quote, it's hero time, because it's iconic. And yeah, so this is definitely definitely my favorite for sure. One of my favorites for sure. So let's move on to the next one. Now this is my ultimate favorite. I know I've been saying favorite all this time. It's just I love my autograph collection, but this one will top it off for anything. This is signed by Dave Wettenberg, who is the voice actor of Kakashi, and I had him put Lightning Blade. So with this event, this was his first public event in 10 years. So it was a huge event for the anime community, especially since he hasn't done a public signing event in years. So I definitely had to pick this one up for sure. And I believe I waited about 5 hours to meet him. Definitely not the first time that I've waited long for voice actor, but it was definitely worth it in the end. I got to talk to him a little bit. We couldn't take any pictures or anything, but I got to talk to him about how much the character means to me, because this is my favorite character of all anime, and how much the quote where he says sorry I'm late, I was just on the path of life. I got to tell him about how that quote, I'm always on the path of life, and he even told me, like, you know what, I'm on the path of life too. And he really was just a really awesome dude. And he even added the little leaf symbol, hidden leaf symbol. So I definitely was really appreciative about that. This is the only thing I got signed from him though. But hopefully I get to meet him again soon. But who knows? Now on to the next one. Alright, so we have Sasuke versus Naruto. This one is signed by Yuri Lowenthal and Manny Flanagan, the voice of Naruto and the voice of Sasuke. And I had them put the quotes over and over again, just give up already and let me cut you down. And for Naruto side, I put the cause I'm your one and only friend. This is like the short version of the quote, only because I couldn't think of the quote at the time, and Melee decided just to do like the condensed version of it, which honestly I'm okay with. And yeah, definitely one of my favorite anime moments, and I'm just very glad that I got this one signed. And this was my first time meeting Naruto, so I was like super starstruck, and I was just very like nervous too, because this is like my Naruto is the first anime that I've like ever watched, and it was just like a huge deal for me to like actually meet the voice of Naruto. And definitely was a really cool experience. So yeah, this is my only anime moment that's signed. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Whoop. Right, now we're gonna head on to My Hero Academia signature collection. So here we have Deku Battle. This is a Hot Topic exclusive. And I had him put Deku as the name of a hero, and this is signed by Justin Briner. And when he wrote this quote, he like said it in Deku's voice, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm actually meeting Deku. So definitely was a cool experience. I love talking to him. Definitely was like very much like his character, and yeah, definitely one of my coolest pops for sure. All right, next one. All right, now we got Bakugo shared exclusive from SCCC 2020, and this one says Die, is signed by Clifford Chapman. Definitely a really cool pop. I love the fact that he is like propelling from the ground in like the little I think, yeah, he has like little sparks there. Really cool pop, and I just love the fact that he added the explosion text too, because it just adds a little bit more pizzazz to it. So definitely one of my coolest pops for sure. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Let's not forget about Todoroki. So this one says Flash Freeze Heat Wave. I love the fact that he did the dual signature, because it just looks way cooler that way, especially because half and half. Come on. Signed by David Matranga. And yeah, and I love the fact that this one's a glow in the dark. At the time they didn't have the glow in the dark new glow in the dark Todoroki, so I had to do this one. But maybe if I get it again in the future, I'll probably meet him again, probably do this again. I don't know, but definitely I love this character. I mean, this one of the coolest characters in My Hero Academia for sure. Cool. But anyways, yeah, so let's move on to this one. Now this one is definitely one of my coolest ones for sure. I love the pose that he has for this one, and this one's signed by Chris Sabat. He's also the voice of Vegeta, Zoro, and so many other people, Alex Armstrong. Oh my god, I could, the list goes on. And I had him put United States of Smash, because that's what he says in the series, and he's literally in that pose, and this glow is just like insane. And I actually got to talk to Chris about the show in general, and how like this moment in general was just like super legendary. So definitely was a cool pop, and I can't wait to meet him again soon. So definitely to get my Zoro signed. And yeah, so let's move on to the next one. All right, and we have this Uraraka signed by Lucy Christian, and it says release. Definitely a cool, really cool pop that I have in my collection. I rather have this pop rather than the SDCC one, because in that one it's just like the mask and then just her standing, but this one it's like more like pose, and I actually really like it way better. So definitely one of my coolest pops for sure. All right, move on to the next one. This is my Dobby, the 2019 Fall Convention Limited Edition pop, and I had him put Burn Them All, and signed by Jason Lynch. I forgot how to pronounce his last name, but it is Jason. It's the voice of Dobby. Definitely one of my coolest pops. I actually met him twice, and the reason why is because the first time I didn't have a pop at the time. I just had a manga, and I asked him if he could sign it, and he signed it. And I told him that the next time I would meet him, I would have a Dobby pop, and he's like, okay, yeah, you know. And the next time I met him, I told him about that. He's like, oh, like how much was it? And I'm like, it was a hefty amount. He's like, hey, all that matters is that you got it. And I'm like, you're right. So I definitely it was a really cool experience to meet him, especially because Dobby is literally just the coolest character in My Hero besides, you know, Bakugo and Todoroki. So definitely was one of my favorites for sure. All right, that concludes this episode, or I mean, this collection. All right, well, that concludes this video of my autograph collection. If you guys want to see more or more collection videos, or me going to conventions, or me meeting the actors and me recording them, just let me know down in the comments down below. I definitely want to do more content on this channel, but yeah, we'll see where it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.